Hi, my beautiful people. Hope you're doing good and everything is good on your side. Today, I'm really excited to dive deep into the newest release from Sinn, the EZM3S. If you're a fan of German tool watches or just appreciate rough design and engineering, you're going to want to stick around for this one. Now let's kick things off with a little excerpt from the official Sinn website, just to set the tone a little bit. At first glance, the EZM3S makes a bold statement. The black hard coating, it says. And honestly guys, that is no exaggeration. When you first lay your eyes on the EZM3S, this black hard coating is what really jumps at you. Sinn uses a special process to apply this ultra tough layer, making the stainless steel case not only look stealthy and modern, tactical, military, but also giving it some serious, really serious scratch resistance. This isn't just a watch that looks cool. Yeah, it does, but it's built to handle whatever you throw at it, whether as a daily wear, outdoor adventures, or as I told you, professional use. And we're talking about military, tactical, special forces, all the kind of good things, right? Now, let's talk a little bit about the design and the case structure. The EZM3 has a diameter of 41 millimeter, which is I would say, but you could of course argue, is a sweet spot for a lot of wrists. It's not too big, not too small, and with a thickness of about 13 millimeters that you see here. It sits comfortably and secured on the most wrists. Such easy, look at that. Such easy going watch. Incredible, right? Look, super thin. Wow. This black coating, which you see here, is not just for aesthetics. It's Sinn's way of saying, take me anywhere. Whether you're climbing, diving, or just heading to work, you do not have to worry about scratches or dings. True, absolutely how it works with these kind of watches. The crown is positioned on the left side at 9 o'clock, which is a classic Sinn mission timer move. Remember, the one Waco presented back in the days on Revolution Watch. He was so crazy about that watch, and it's because everything is on the left side. You have a lefty. It's not in the way when you're, for example, shooting or making your military activities, not having to, go too deep into the subject. But it is really, really, really made for professionals. Now, this watch is more comfortable for people who wear their watch on the left wrist. As I told you, as for a certain usage, the crown will not dig into your wrist. See? It's not going to happen. So it's also a little nod to Sinn's heritage, of designing watches for professionals in the field. So guys, trust me, this is, if you are searching for the real deal, this is it. These watches, EZM 1.1, these are the real watches. Now moving on to the dial, this is where Sinn's philosophy really shines. The EZM3S is all about legibility. You get bold white markers and hands that pop against the deep matte black dial, which is absolutely the design language of Sinn. And again, you can distinguish normal Sinns, I call this one normal Sinns, by looking at the Sinn printing. Special Sinns, special unit Sinns, limited edition Sinns, not all, but EZM1 Sinns have the Sinn logo in red color printing. Normal Sinn watches have it in white. What's interesting, red color printing among a red date disc is very rare. So you can feel honored, as a normal Sinn customer to be able to get this watch as close as this to a real EZM1 watch. So I gotta say, it's a big jump for Sinn to do that. I know how they are, back in the days you could call them and say, hey, I would like to have the date, the date color, for example, in blue. And they were like, oh, well, yeah, we can do that. And nowadays you can't do anything that comes close or near to the special editions for, as I said, the special units, military usage, special forces in general. Just wanted to let you know. Now, as I said, you got a date window at 3 o'clock. It's subtle. This time it's red. The other version with 200 meters, which is not a diver, has it in white. People prefer it either way. I like it in red. It's really not distracting from the dial. And as I said, if you are in the field, military, tactical, special forces usage, there is no need for you to have everything in your eyes when it's important to see the time, if you understand what I mean. Look at that. You do not want to have the date, stuff like that. Don't want that. You need this here. You need these informations on the outside. And that's what this watch really gives you. Now, the bezel is also worth mentioning. It's a unidirectional diving bezel. This thing has 500 meters water resistance. It's clear, crisp clicks, and a luminous pip at 12 for timing dives or any other activity where timing is crucial. I'm going to show you now how it looks like when I, just for a second go out and let the watch really breathe a little bit of sunlight and then get back in to the house. It's incredible how everything is lightening up. Very, very.
Boom! You just found a dream watch, but is it real? One wrong click and you lose thousands. We've all been there. Introducing fakechecker.com, your personal watch expert 24/7 for only 20 euros. Send a few photos, real collectors and top experts from around the world. Check it instantly. In minutes you get a clear yes or no. No hassle, no guessing, no heartbreak. Dealers, collectors, first-time buyers, over 1,000 happy watch lovers already trust us. Don't gamble with your next purchase. For the price of a coffee, get a peace of mind. Head to fakechecker.com right now. Book your expert check in under 60 seconds. Your wallet will thank you and probably your marriage too.
Very stunning watch, and chapeau to Sinn, to all the engineers, researchers, and developers, to the watchmakers, to Mr. Lothar Schmidt himself. Thank you very much that you considered to have your EZM3 coated in black, giving us the 500 meters also on top of it, as this watch is really a stunner. And guys, I cannot promise you, you know how it is. When Sinn brings out a watch, it is immediately, the first batch is sold out. And sometimes, the CEO is deciding, what, we're going to discontinue it. So I really do not know how long you guys will be able to get this watch. So this is not, a request for me to buy yourself a Sinn, but if you would ever like to have one and you fell in love like I did the first day I saw it, man, 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I just said I just have to have it, and now I received it. I'm one amongst the first in Germany to receive this watch, and super proud of it, and very, 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 very thankful. Let's talk about a little bit about the things that are going on under the hood. It's powered by a Swiss automatic movement, which is not a biggie for me. It's the Sellita SW200. It's a reliable workhorse that gives you hacking seconds, quick sec date, all the stuff that you really need. Solid power reserve of around 40 hours. But what really sets this watch apart are Sinn's proprietary technologies, guys. First, there's Sinn AR dehumidifying technology. AR. What does that mean? Well, this is a super clever system that just, keeps the inside of the whole watch dry. That's how it does. It keeps it dry and moisture free. And it not only prevents fogging, on conditions when it's super cold outside, you get into the house and then all of a sudden your glasses start fogging up. This will not happen with that watch. This will not happen with this watch because, as I said, it has this dehumidifying technology. Now, you will notice a small capsule on the case here. And this is the drying capsule, During its lifespan, it changes color. If moisture ever gets in, and it really letting you know it's time for service. I mean, the watch will not break down or have issues if the capsule starts to turn dark blue, but it will not have the proprieties anymore, that you were originally purchased with this watch. So then on top of this, you have a magnetic field protection. It is protected to 80,000 Gauss, okay? And the Rolex male Gauss received its name for being, magnetic field resistant. This thing, does not really make a big fuzz about it. That is that magnetic resistance. Because, Sinn is a very, very interesting company. Over-engineered, to the point where the human brain is not capable of understanding what is really going on. Lothar Schmidt, that's the guy behind the company, is a engineer and worked for IWC, and went through a lot, see a lot, and then decided to one day take the ownership of Sinn. And what he made with that brand, how he managed to continue the legacy heritage of Helmut Sinn, is absolutely outstanding, does deserve respect, and that's what I'm showing here. That's the reason also why I love the watches. It's because they are unique. Some people would argue and say Sinn is small and it cannot hold, it cannot stand against, haute horlogerie like Rolex, AP, Vacheron Constantin. But they do not need to. They are a special breed and already heard amongst the watch enthusiast crowd. Guys, trust me, a Sinn is a super special watch. Be it a UX, quartz watch, or a U1 or an EZM. They're all very, very special. 103 STs, the pilot watches that they have, are also very, very, very special watches. Now, to speak about the watch bracelet, it's also very uncommon to have these hex screws in your bracelet to remove basically the links. It's very, very uncommon. And what I truly celebrate in that watch is, even though super rugged and everything, you have a very, very flat clasp. Very, very flat clasp. There is no tapering for me visible here of the bracelet, and it really looks so freaking incredible cool on the wrist. So freaking cool. I'm now going to put the watch on with my Patek gloves. Look at that. Man, now imagine you wearing this watch. I do not know what you do for a living. I do not know if you go for hunting, if you are, a, sporty person, if you are in the field, you have your unit. But gotta tell you, man, this is our girl, gotta tell you that this is a very, very good handy tool watch. And you know what, forget the word watch. It's a tool. It's a tool, and you will not have issues digging the crown up into your wrist when you have your, your job movements and motions. Now, thanks to this thoughtful case design in moderate dimensions, it is comfortable for everyday wear. The black hard coating gives you a unique look, and it stands out, being a little bit, more special than other watches, And what can I say? If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Hey, you know what? Honestly, guys, I've seen YouTube, meanwhile being very, very mean to me, demonetizing me, not talking to me, not answering tickets, not doing anything, that, a creator that is since 2012 in the game, putting a lot of work into it. Hours and hours of hardcore filming, editing, basically working. And I really do not know if I should keep it as complex as I did before. I will just show you the watches, and you guys will then decide. And I will appreciate it very much, guys, if you like my videos and share them and talk about them, because as I said, I do that since 2012. YouTube is very, very mean to me themselves. And yeah, if there is another platform where I could start uploading videos, write it down in the comments below, because I do believe that YouTube not really deserved good creators like some of us. Yeah, with this said, guys, have a great day. See you in the next one, maybe on another platform. And talk to you later. Bye.